This video is going to cover some of the ways you can save money on car and home insurance. Now, some of these things you will have heard of before, and some of them I guarantee you will not have heard of, you'll not be aware of. So the first thing to do is to check the comparison websites. This is a great way to start your car insurance search. Now, on the Martin Lewis's website, the moneysavingexpert.com, they have a list which they update regularly of which sites, which order you should view these comparison sites in. You'd be surprised, but as you actually go through each of these sites, you should always use more than one comparison website, because as you go through these sites, you'll often find, as I have, that the same insurance company is giving you a lower quote as you go through each of these comparison sites. So that's the first thing to look out for. Now, one of the other reasons for going to the comparison sites is basically because of discounts. Now, you might think to yourself, why would I go to a comparison site and enter my details? I'll just find the individual company, give them a call myself, and see what they can do for me. There's a reason that you don't want to do that, and it's because that in the insurance industry, if you look at the car insurance, an inbound call team, as in a team that you will phone into, has very little, basically very little ability to discount on a policy. They can a little bit, but it's very small. The outbound sales team will have a much bigger ability to discount, and that's because obviously they're outbound sales teams, and that's the nature of it. An even bigger discount with many of these insurance companies is actually through the website outbound sales teams. So they're the ones that when you do get a quote in the comparison site, the top two companies on that site will get your phone number and will be able to contact you. And those teams that make those outbound calls are the ones that have the biggest ability to discount. So that's why you want to go down that route. You would be surprised at the difference in you phoning a company and requesting a policy and them phoning you from a website query and you getting a quotation, in much the same way that each year when you get your renewal, many of us at times have phoned up, complained about the price of the renewal and had it reduced. It's a similar sort of idea. You'll see another one of the tips which is mentioned on Money Saving Expert, which is to try and get your quote and the bad at the end of the month, because these sales teams are striving towards targets. So right about the last week of the month is a good time to do it, even if your insurance policy isn't due to start until, say, the middle of the following month. Don't forget that, of course, you can take the insurance policy. You do have a 14-day cooling off period whereby you can't cancel a policy. An additional thing to look out for is that quite often you won't need key protection for your car insurance. An awful lot of the time, your key protection will be covered in your home insurance policy. So if you're buying key protection for your car keys in a car insurance policy, you may already have your car keys covered on your home insurance policy with the key protection. So you could just simply be wasting money by paying for the key protection. Another thing that you'll want to do is, even before you go on to any of these sites to check for your insurance, go onto the likes of the comparison sites again and check out for breakdown cover, because quite often the breakdown cover that you'll get in the comparison sites direct from the companies will be cheaper than the insurance companies that will be selling your insurance policy. In some cases, you'll be able to take the breakdown cover through one of the cashback sites, but that's a different story. So essentially, what you're looking out for is you're wanting to go to the comparison sites, you're wanting to do it towards the end of the month, and you're wanting to have a look at your home insurance, for example, to see if you need key protection at all on your car insurance for your car keys. And another thing that I'll do for you is that I'll put another video together which will list some of the sales techniques that the outbound sales teams use in order to push into a policy sometimes, because quite often you'll come off the phone and you'll have no idea how it was that you just signed up to a policy, but that you did. And there's a few techniques that make it much easier for a salesperson to do that. And I'll cover that in another video.